X1 Essential.
If you ever had, I mean, as a musician, you're always worried about getting credit for your music.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and who gets paid, who created what, who performed what, who did this and that. Everybody's looking to get paid for their contribution in the music industry, but there isn't really a stable way to do that yet. But the blockchain could help, because the blockchain will keep records of who wrote the songs, performed, helped, whatever. You know, anybody who deserves a cut. Yeah. Yeah, anybody who needs a cut will be on that. And you can't, on the blockchain, you can't erase that information once it's set. And it's set by the person who really owns the music. And they alone get to say, you know, through smart contracts on the blockchain, smart contracts being contracts that are like pretty much solid. You can't change anything about it. Once it's done, it's done. If you want to try to change something like that, you have to be the actual person who wrote it down and put it on there. And if you want to change that, you can. But for most artists, once a contract is set up, it's set up. And in doing that, you can really like start to really pinpoint everybody who really helped on the song, music or whatever, producers, managers, promoters. Everybody gets a cut off of that.
Yeah.
And it's instantly like you get paid on there, and you buy and you pay, and it's instant. Within 11 minutes, the person already has the cash who created the song.
That's a cool thing, because like there's this programming that gets put in it. I think it's called if then that. So like literally if something happens, then something else is going to happen. So if someone streams a song, then immediately it processes, okay, everyone's getting paid this amount, and it's all put in with smart contracts. And you can't you can't argue it.
No,
you
don't. You
like,
can't.
Oh, I deserve more. Like, no, you already agreed.
Pretty
you
much.
already signed a contract saying like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. It's just a digital contract, a smart contract instead.
Yeah, and it'll be better for artists that way. I mean, would you rather get paid through a third party, or would you rather the money go straight to you from the listener? Like, no longer will there be a middleman to the situation. It'll just be straight from consumer to, you know, the people who are putting out the product. And then when their money hits them, then that money gets split up, you know, how the contract was written.
Yeah.
And
there's no like going through the change of hands and stuff like that. It can all be done right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for upcoming artists, I mean, not just upcoming artists, for even big artists, I mean, that would be a tool that would help them actually handle their money situations more properly instead of having to wait. I feel like what Lil Uzi Vert has gotten himself into is a situation where his money's kind of like in a standstill.
Yeah.
He can't really. He has money. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's broke. He has money, but it's
those cars. He's not broke, man.
But it's in limbo. I mean, most of his money is in limbo, in my opinion. I feel like he that's why he's really mad. You know what I mean? Who would be mad? 100,000 just chilling somewhere, and you're just like waiting for that shit to hit you, and you're just like, where's it?
Come on, hit the account. You're opening up your bank statements like, come on, where's this thing? No, it's definitely crazy. But yeah, I love how instantaneous it all is, and that you don't even have to argue anything.
I like how the information is set and solid. It can't be changed. I mean, once you jot it down on there, it's done.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't change it unless you're the person who put it on. But even then, you would have to, like, there would be records of what it used to look like to what it is now versus other things. Like, people who write contracts on paper and stuff back in the day, they used to like tell you, yeah, this is what's gonna be on it. You just gotta sign it, and then like
go and white out.
Yeah, and then just switch it up and be like, oh, you signed this, and it's like, what the heck am I doing? Like,
you also need digital currencies to work better or to be more widely used.
Yeah,
like there's people talk about using Bitcoin specifically for smart contracts and everything like that, which it is something, you know, I invest in Bitcoin. I think it's great, and it definitely does work, but it's not so widely used that everyone would just like instantly adapt to it, like how they adapt to someone cutting them a check and like they know that the bank is going to transfer everything over.
Yeah.
But down the line, when banks start accepting Bitcoin as well as your cash checks and stuff like that, you could just be like, okay, this is going to be my straight streaming place where I'm going to get paid in these Bitcoins. The bank can convert it straight into cash, et cetera, or however it works. I'm not that versed in all of that, but yeah, there's just digital currencies, digital contracts. Everything's going straight digital at some point in time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the future, really. If you really want to make money and really want to secure your money, I recommend you go and check this out, research it.
Mix 1 Essential.